The Ortner Center at the University of Pennsylvania would like to share with you the gratitude of one survivor.
The final beating took place in Philadelphia. When I finally persuaded him to leave, the first thing I did was to call the Philadelphia police. And I never saw those police officers again, and I don't even know their names, but those two men saved my life. In my early 20s, I met and married a wonderful man who unfortunately had been terribly abused as a child. We came to the University of Pennsylvania. I was getting an MBA from Wharton, and he had 3 guns. He had told me that he had bought these guns to keep me safe. But really, the guns were used to terrify me. He had started physically abusing me 5 days before our wedding, and I had married him anyway, because I was sure that he loved me so much that he would not possibly risk losing me. But I learned that he really couldn't control his rage. And when he got jealous or when he got angry, which was pretty often, he would hold the loaded guns to my head. I had never used a gun in my life. I didn't know anything about guns, but I knew how terrifying it was to have somebody who I thought was my soulmate, who I thought was supposed to take care of me, use a loaded weapon to destroy my self-confidence and ultimately to destroy my love for him. The final beating took place in Philadelphia. He used the guns that night. He also strangled me so that I was unconscious for much of the beating. And when I finally persuaded him to leave, the first thing I did was to call the Philadelphia police. And believe it or not, even though I had been beaten dozens of times before that, I had never called the police because I knew what they were going to do. They were going to make me leave, and they were going to get him in trouble. And up until that point, I wanted to protect him. But I was so afraid that night. I was so convinced that he was going to kill me if I let him, that I finally asked for help, and I broke the silence. And the police, I have to say, were amazing. I could tell that they cared about me in a way that my own husband didn't. They told me I had to go that night. They told me I had to serve the papers the next day. And they told me that he would kill me if I stayed. They literally told me that they would find me dead on my own living room floor. And I never saw those police officers again, and I don't even know their names, but those 2 men saved my life by telling me the truth about relationship abuse, that it always gets worse, that you can't trust somebody's rage, even if you love them. And I'm here today because of those officers, because of the strength they helped me find in myself, and because within a few days, I took my husband's guns and I turned them into their police station so that he couldn't use them against me anymore, and so that he couldn't use them against anybody else either. I'm so grateful to those police officers, and I'm so grateful to everybody who helped me. No victim leaves an abusive relationship alone. I needed to discover my own strength, and they helped me do it.